Hello and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm in a little bit different location today. I'm also dressed a little different. I'm wearing like a candy cane striped shirt. I'm sitting in my living room. My wife has beautifully decorated our background. We've put up our Christmas tree, got the stockings hung by the fire, which you can't see, but it's over here. The nice fireplace is brewing. But anyway, in today's video, we're going to be going over the financial goals I think would be important to anyone, including myself, to have going into the new year of 2021. 2020 has definitely been a rough year for I think a lot of people, and I think most of us are ready for this year to be done with, move on to 2021 in hopes of something more better and beautiful ahead. But anyway, here we go. I'm going to be talking about the 4 big financial goals I think it's important for anyone to start now, and especially moving into the year of 2021. But before we get started with talking about the goals, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, as I'm going to be uploading videos at least twice weekly regarding personal finance, paying off student loans, staying out of debt, etc. So if you're into that type of stuff, which I'm guessing you are because you're watching this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Alright, let's get started with goal number 1 to have for 2021. The first money goal we have for 2021 is to set up a strict budget and adhere to it. Setting up a strict budget and adhering to it monthly is a great way for you to ensure that you're not going to be spending more money than you're actually making. Creating a budget also allows you to take a step back and get a big picture of all your finances, so that you can make sure that you're not paying for something that you didn't know you were actually paying for. To give you a quick personal story on this, the other day we were going through my wife's credit card history purchases, and she realized that she was being charged for Amazon Prime. The sad irony of this story is that I already have Amazon Prime, we already have it as a household, and so we didn't need to be having 2 Amazon Prime accounts and being charged for both. Looking over your budget gives you that opportunity to make sure that you're not paying for any old subscription services, paying for a gym membership you're no longer using, or paying for some online subscription service that's gone past its free trial date and now your card is being charged unbeknownst and unknown to you. Creating a budget also allows you to begin saving money each month, as you can now begin putting that money that you have left over, that you're saving from making your budget, to doing things like putting towards an emergency fund, saving so that you can put it in the stock market, saving up for a nice vacation, a new car, down payment on a home, etc., whatever you need it for. But even if you aren't planning on doing any of those things with your money, no financial expert or personal finance book would be worth their weight in salt if they didn't recommend creating a budget for personal finance, freedom, and security and stability. Alright, moving on to money goal number 2 to have for 2021, and that is creating some source of side hustle business or passive income. Looking for a secondary source of income, I think, is something that most people don't typically think about during the day. However, I kind of think about it all the time. But I think the year 2020 has definitely taught us 2 things. Number 1, that our jobs may not always be there, and number 2, that many people this year have become very successful financially with some form of e-commerce business or passive income source that utilizes social media or the internet. Ask yourself the tough question. If your job disappeared today, would you be able to survive financially? For many people this year, that's become their reality. One morning they woke up and they weren't allowed to go to work anymore. If we take anything away from this year, it's that by having a secondary, or even better yet, multiple sources of income is considered best practice when it comes to financial independence, along with creating financial freedom and ensuring financial stability. And whatever you have for a secondary source of income, it doesn't have to be something that is greater than or equal to your primary source of income or your salary. Having something that simply pays maybe 1 or 2 bills per month, that way you can take that money that you would normally have to use from your salary to pay for those and put it towards things like saving up for an emergency fund, investing in stocks, or just basic planning for your future. It should come as no surprise to us that some of the most financially successful people are those that have not one source of income, but multiple sources of income that generate cash flow to them monthly. All right, moving on to financial and money goal number 3 to have for 2021, and that is to start saving 20 to 25% of your current income. This goal largely ties into financial goal number 1 that we talked about earlier, in that if you aren't keeping a strict budget of what you make each and every month and where that money goes, there's absolutely no way that you can accurately chart out and plan and see if you're saving 20 to 25% of your income. Saving 20 to 25% of your income is what's considered best practice and the norm for most online sources when it comes to personal finance. The rule of thumb when it comes to monthly saving is to use the 50, 30, and 20 rule. This means that 50% of your income goes towards paying the essential bills. This is stuff like paying for your food, where you lay your head at night, paying for your car, etc. Things you need to survive. 30% of your income is what's called discretionary spending. This is what you spend your money on that you don't typically have to survive each month, but it's stuff that you like to spend your money on, such as paying for a Netflix subscription or paying for Amazon Prime, or how about buying someone a Christmas present. Those type of spendings, buying your wife an iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. That means that the leftover 20 to 25% is what goes into your savings, or what you use to put towards an emergency fund, or what you use to put towards investing in the stock market. That way your money is safe from inflation. It can actually be a pretty difficult task to start saving 20 to 25% of your income. If you've never tried to track this before, you'll learn really quick how much you're actually saving, which is probably much lower than you think you are saving each month. Doing so will ensure that you are better prepared should we have, God forbid, another financial shutdown in 2021, or that something bad happens unexpectedly. Saving 20 to 25% of your income throughout the course of your life also ensures that you're able to do something one day called maybe retire if you don't want to work forever. All right, moving on to the final and last goal, but before we do that, one more reminder, I gotta hit the dead horse, and that is to like and subscribe this channel, as I would greatly appreciate it. Moving on to the last thing. Moving on to the last final goal, the money goal number 4 for 2021 is to create a diversified stock portfolio. If you don't know what that means, it means that when you invest into stocks that are in the stock market, your stocks are in companies that are spread out across all different sectors of the financial and economic world. It means that your money is spread out over several different industries. So if one of them were to go down, your money is still safe because you have it in another industry which is possibly doing well. You do this so that if one company were to go belly up and all your money were to be in that company and the money you had in them would be gone. Creating a diversified portfolio means that your stocks and your money is spread across the entire economic platform. So you might have stock in food companies or in oil or other energy sources and energy companies. Or you might have it in pharmaceuticals, or you might have it in gold and precious metals. You might also have some of your money in real estates, known as REITs in the stock financial world. But either way, your money is not just in one particular industry, it's spread out like butter on bread. A lot of times the easiest, simplest, and least time-consuming way to do this is to invest in an index fund or ETF that contains stocks that are spread across the entire economic platform. In this scenario, the index fund manager ensures that your money is spread across the entire economic world so you don't lose it should one industry go down. And because your money is in the index fund, you don't have to do the work of picking particular stocks and seeing if they go up or down. This is definitely the easiest and least time-consuming way to invest in the stock market. However, I always advocate for learning how the stock market actually works. Knowing what makes a good company to invest in, I believe, is an invaluable source of information and a great skill to have. As Warren Buffett says, you should never invest in a company you don't understand. However, there was that one experiment that involved the monkeys, and they threw the darts at stock prices on a newspaper, and the stocks they picked actually outperformed some of the best hedge fund managers on Wall Street. But you should still educate yourself on the stock market. Yes, maybe blindfolded monkeys can shoot their darts at stocks better than you can pick them on your computer, but that's no excuse for you to not understand how to pick stocks and how to invest in the stock market. By the way, that experiment with the monkeys throwing darts at a stock prices on a newspaper is a real thing. You can learn about it in Burton Malcolm's book, A Random Walk Down Wall Street. I don't have an affiliate link for it, but I'm sure you can look it up on Amazon. So there you have it. The 4 big money financial goals that I think are important for anyone to start if they're not doing them already in the year 2021. Let us look back over our financial mistakes of the past to seek to better ourselves and prepare ourselves for our future. Once again, thank you so much for watching and sticking around until the very end. And once again, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, turning on that notification bell, and commenting on this video, as that really does help me and this channel get recognized with the good old YouTube algorithm. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, or your evening, or your night, or your dusk, or your dawn, or whatever it is for you, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Take care.